Greetings and welcome to a short guided mindfulness meditation. Today we'll practice making contact with arising sense information, seeing the streams of information coming together in our present moment. Let's begin. Starting with some deep breathing, letting the lungs expand completely, and drawing the out-breath out as long and slow as possible. Breathing in, feeling the in-breath. Breathing out, feeling the out-breath. And beginning to check in with the body. First feeling the sensation of the rise and fall of the in and out breath. And then opening to other sensations that might be present in the body, allowing the attention to move freely. Taking note of the way the body feels, the way the information arises in our present moment, making contact with the mind and the attention, telling us something about our inner state. Seeing the way sensations in the body might feel pleasant, or unpleasant, or somewhere in between. The way this pleasantness or unpleasantness arises as we make contact with the sensation in the mind. And the way each sensation fades again, making space for what's next. Knowing that each sensation that arises is not our fault, simply something that's happening in our moment-to-moment experience. And moving the attention gently, coming to rest on the ears and the sense of hearing. In the way the body feels, the ears hear, reflecting information from our environment into our minds. Seeing the way we can make contact with sounds just by listening. Feeling the way some sounds are pleasant, some sounds are unpleasant. Some are somewhere on the spectrum in between. Feeling the way sounds meet our ears and are reflected in our mind. Taking note of whether this pleasantness or unpleasantness is an aspect of the sound itself, or something we assign to it as we make contact. Knowing sounds out in the world are not our fault, as something beyond our control that's just happening. In this way, we can make contact with sounds without judgment, just seeing them as they are, letting them arise and exist and fade again. Gently listening to the room around us and beyond, expanding outwards infinitely, open to whatever it is we might encounter. And moving the attention gently to the sense of vision and the eyes, looking out gently into the closed eyelids, seeing the darkness, seeing the shapes that the mind might generate on the backdrop. Or opening the eyes, seeing forms around us, seeing the way the light makes contact with our eyes, reflects the shapes in the mind, and seeing the way the mind checks the shapes based on the existing web of information that we have. In this way, we can recognize a teacup, or a telephone, or a hat, or a friend, or a stranger. Seeing the way the information of form meets the eye and is reflected in the mind, where we interpret its meaning, its information in the present moment. Knowing that the things we see, the forms we perceive, are not our fault, just something that's happening. We can make contact with them non-judgmentally. Recognizing that some things appear pleasant or unpleasant, or somewhere in between. And as we encounter these things, we can let them arise and let them fade without grasping to the pleasant or pushing away the unpleasant. Letting everything be as it is with acceptance. And moving the attention gently to the nose and the mouth, the senses of smell and taste. Two senses that are deeply intertwined and also deeply intertwined with memory. Smells and flavors can take us back to things we thought we've forgotten. Becoming aware of the subtle aromas in the room around us. Seeing the way their physicality makes contact with our nose and is reflected in our mind and our memories. And in the same way, seeing how smells can feel pleasant or unpleasant, or somewhere in between. Seeing the way this information arises as we make contact with them. And moving the attention gently to the mind itself. Seeing the mind as a sense organ in its own way. Just as the eyes see and the ears hear, the mind thinks. Thoughts arise and exist and fade again. And in the same way, we can make contact with them, seeing them simply as something that's happening in the present moment, not our fault, not something that we feel compelled to be driven by, just information that we can make contact with. See how it feels, and then decide what we want to do with that information. Perhaps we can think it through, or perhaps we can set it aside. In this way, making contact with the thoughts without judgment, as if they were sounds, or smells, or form meeting the eye. Seeing the way all these streams of information come together in the present moment, telling us about our inner state and telling us about our connection to the world around us. And again, returning to the breath, breathing in deep breathing out slow, knowing we have the power to move our attention gently, checking in with one sense at a time, or stepping back and observing all the streams of information coming together in the present moment. Then beginning to let go of any particular goals, any particular pressure to clear the mind or to feel any one way or another. Giving ourselves permission just to be, letting everything be as it is. Not pushing away experiences or grasping onto experiences. Just observing what arises and observing the way it fades away again. Letting go, just being. Looking inwards, open to what arises from the body, open to the senses, open to the thoughts and the mind. Seeing the way information arises from one of these streams and exists for a moment and then fades again. Perhaps to arise again at some point in the future, or perhaps not. Gently observing this information within like a curious scientist. No pressure to do anything with it. Simply watching things come and go. And checking in with the body, letting the lens of attention settle on the body. Stepping back, open to any feelings or sensations that might be present in the body. Just observing as these feelings arise and exist and fade again. Feeling the whole body and simply monitoring gently, as if we're watching a pine cone float down a calm stream. Knowing that the things we make contact with, the feelings that arise, are not our fault, just information arising in the present moment. We can make contact with it, unpack its contents, and let it move on when it's ready. And in the same way, moving the attention gently to the mind and the thoughts. No pressure to think or feel any one thing or another. Simply stepping back, watching the flow of information in the mind, seeing the way thoughts arise and exist for a moment, and then fade again, making space for what's next. Seeing the way we can create a little bit of space between us and the thoughts, making contact with them, seeing the information they contain without judgment, and then deciding what to do with it, knowing the thoughts don't have to drive our behavior or disrupt our feeling of well-being. Instead, we can make contact with thoughts, observe them, then let them go. Gently observing the stream of information flowing in the mind, without feeling a drive to do anything about it, simply letting everything be as it is. Seeing the way thoughts that arise sometimes focus on the past or on the future. Simply acknowledging this. And in the same way, watching these thoughts arise, seeing what they say and letting them go. And just as the thoughts and the body give us information about our inner state, about our expectations of the past and the future, our senses give us information about the world around us, about our position and relationship with our environment. Taking a moment to gently check into the stream of senses, seeing the way information from the world around us is effortlessly reflected in the mind, made of the same essence as thoughts. Gently monitoring the senses without judgment or expectation, making contact with the stream of information. And again, stepping back, open to the entirety of the present moment. Just sitting, letting everything be as it is. No judgment, no expectation. Just sitting with complete openness to all the streams of information that come together in the present moment. And as we sit and observe our inner state, we get to know ourselves a little bit better, and we become used to the skill of non-judgment even in day-to-day life as we make contact with information in the body, thoughts in the mind, or experiences from the outside world. Beginning to open to the imagination, to the mind's eye. Visualizing a person who we love deeply, someone who positive feelings naturally arise for. Letting the imagination build the image of this person as if they were standing in front of us. Seeing them in as much detail as feels comfortable, and being open to the feelings that arise in our heart as we visualize this person. And to this person we'll offer 3 simple ideas of goodwill and compassion, something like a prayer that we can hold in our hearts and symbolically project outwards to them. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. Holding these ideas in our heart and sending them outwards to this person, knowing it costs us nothing to hold these ideas of goodwill. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. And allowing the visual of this person to begin to fade. Next, asking the imagination to call up the image of a neutral person, someone we don't feel strongly about one way or the other. Maybe a friend of a friend, an acquaintance, a clerk at a store, someone we don't know well. Letting the mind select someone and seeing them there as if they're standing in front of us. And to this person we'll offer the same simple ideas of goodwill and compassion, holding them in the heart and symbolically sending them outwards. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. And again, letting the visual of this person fade, resting for a moment in the darkness of the closed eyelids. And next, allowing the imagination to call up the image of a difficult person. Maybe not our worst enemy, but someone whose strong feelings of positivity don't easily arise for. Picturing them in as much detail as feels comfortable, seeing them there in front of us. And to them we'll offer the same simple ideas of goodwill and compassion, holding them in the heart and sending them outwards. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. And again, allowing the visual of this person to fade away, returning to the comfortable and familiar darkness of the closed eyes, checking in with the breath for a breath or two, breathing in, feeling the in-breath, breathing out, feeling the out-breath. And looking out into the darkness, imagining we're floating in outer space, looking down, seeing the entire world below us. And becoming open to offering the same simple ideas of goodwill and compassion to all beings, holding them in the heart, and sending them outward to descend upon the entire earth. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings live with ease. And even if it sounds like a tall order, it costs us nothing to hold these simple ideas in the heart and to wish them for others. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings live with ease. And seeing the earth begin to transform into a silver mirror, looking in this mirror, seeing ourselves looking back as if we're standing in front of ourselves. And in the same way, offering ourselves these same simple ideas of goodwill, knowing we're just as worthy of unconditional love and compassion as all beings. We're all part of the same whole, perfect just as we are. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I live with ease. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I live with ease. And as the Buddha said, things we frequently dwell and ponder upon will soon become the inclination of the mind. And in this way, we practice dwelling and pondering upon compassion, so that even in day-to-day life, our minds become inclined in this way, a little bit at a time.